Hi, I'm Lee Suffron, and today we're going to make a template using pages. So let's get started. This is what the template is going to look like. So let's go ahead and open up a blank document. Go ahead and title the blank document, give it a title. This would be good for any content or genre. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a link to vetted sources, meeting a TEAC for social studies, 6th grade. I'm going to tell the students to read sources, it's straight to the point, and I'm going to use an object for my link. Objects are located up here. This is your format, these are your objects right here. And if you click on it, you will see these 3 buttons. They are also located over here. If you click, you'll just need to expand for the rest. And it gives you lots of options. I'm going to use books. So when I put it in, you'll see it moves around. With the text, I want it to not do that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go over here to Format, Arrange, scroll down, and you will see Text Wrap. I prefer none because that will not mess up my text no matter what. So now I am free to move my icon around without the text being moved. To insert my link, I am going to go to my website of choice. This is the United States Holocaust Museum, free and vetted. So ethical use of sources. I'm going to click on my icon. This menu pops up, click the arrow. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to click link. I am going to paste using Control V, paste in my link to the Holocaust Museum. And now it is hyperlinked to my vetted sources for students to use. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our body text and we're going to give it some heading formatting. So I have the instructions here, part 1. They're going to investigate 3 narratives of the Holocaust. So I'm going to highlight my text, come over here to format, and I'm going to click in the paragraph style. I'm going to choose for this heading red. It's very bold and to the point and stands out. For the first source that they're going to choose from the vetted sources, I am going to once again come to format. I am going to use caption. I like the all caps. Now this portion where it's instructions on what exactly they need to be reflecting over from those excerpts, I'm just going to italicize. Now that I have my heading structured the way I like, I'm going to copy and paste because like I said, they're going to be doing this for 3 sources. So I'm going to hotkey Control C, Control V for paste, Control V for paste. Now all I need to do is change out the words here rather than retyping and highlighting 3 different times. The next thing we're going to do is enter text box for our students to respond to streamline this template. So I'm going to put my cursor below the first set of information, come up to shapes, and I'm going to insert a text box. While my text box is highlighted, I'm going to come over here to format, and again to streamline, I'm going to change the color of the text box. I also want the information to correspond, reducing confusion. So I'm going to highlight the first set of information, come here to formatting, text color, color, and I'm going to try to match that blue best as possible, maybe a shade darker. So now that I've done that, when the students see this template and they're going through their sources and reading and responding and reflecting on the narrative of the Holocaust, they're going to clearly see a corresponding structure of what to do and where to do this. I'm going to do that for the next 2 sources. Okay, so something I added here for students to do is that they're going to copy and paste their answer from above in their text box and use creative writing to rewrite it. The goal of this is to build their literacy and their vocabulary. So they're going to highlight after they've pasted and come up to this tool, which is Creative Writing AI. When you click on it, you have all these options from summary, key points. They can even create a table or a timeline, which is really neat. But we're going to have it rewrite, and then AI is going to filter that and go through and rewrite. And they're going to see that AI has added some tone to their original text. So for instance, here they have tragically listed and lost and emotions conveyed. And so they're going to see that like disappointment and disgust, they're going to see that there is a tone that AI has recognized in their response. So this is going to build not just understanding the narrative of the Holocaust, but also building their vocabulary of the Holocaust. And here is our final step. We're going to save this as a template to use that we can come back to revamp, update links, add new information, etc. So come to your title, click the down button, scroll down to export and scroll down to pages template, add to template chooser, and there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'm here to help. Thank you. Debate with Keynote is a recent library lesson that intentionally moved students through the SAMR levels. Groups began by choosing a topic of interest and researching it using vetted nonfiction books from our collection. They gathered the evidence directly from the text to support their claims. At the substitution level, students replaced the handwritten notes that would traditionally be taking place with digital slides and Keynote. Augmentation occurred as they incorporated photographed evidence from the books, highlighted the key passages, added graphics, and even recorded audio. Modification took place through collaboration. Students shared their presentations in small groups, received their peer feedback, and revised their information based on those discussions. Redefinition happened during the live debates. Students defended their position in real time, responded to counter arguments, and supported their thinking with documented evidence from the curated text. Honestly, short answer, I believe in many ways that I currently do. I see this being a better reflection of the modern evolution of the library, if you will, especially in the ways that literacy and technology are integrated and how we innovate it. The ways that I currently serve is that I have a collaborative rapport with all of the departments. It started 5 years ago with the RLA department, obviously, and it went to science with the first lesson being balloon card, and then social studies came on board, and that is started with the Holocaust, math, which I actually love math. We do things with probability. We tie it all together. Probability is needed in debate. And technology enhances how we communicate. It's the unseen mind being brought forth for clear communication. And that is something I believe that has just not just come natural to me, but is something that I quite enjoy. And I love being creative and I love being innovative. Ongoing professional development. I attend in and out of district developments. One in particular that I attend, but I also present at, is called Setting the Trend. And so my most recent one last summer was sharing some ways on how to use AI. And then another session I taught was tips and tricks for Canva. And ironically, with the timing of all this, I am being published in the Texas Library Journal, speaking to this very thing of literacy as the foundation of our stream, our technology integration and innovation. And lastly, it's my commitment to growth. It's my commitment to serve. It's my commitment to not just throw a tool out for the sake of throwing it, but to give it purpose and be mindful with it, and that we grow with it. We're here to be thinkers and be innovators. And that is the heart of my service. And that's why I believe I would be the best candidate for this position.